Okay, we have Seattle, Arizona. It's a 4th and 3. Seattle is down 10-3 with the ball in Arizona territory. And they're going to decide to kick it. To attempt to cut the lead to 4, the kick is good. 10-6. And now Arizona start out 25. Nursing a 10-6 lead, this Arizona team. So successful in the regular season. Obviously, the margin for error in the playoffs is razor thin. End run McCaffrey, he is keyed successfully on end run. Second and 11. Jordan Howard in. Behind, I believe, Jakob Johnson. No, make that Juwan Johnson. He brings a 5 pass block. Off tackle. It's a draw. Sniffed out. Still gets 3 yards. 3rd and 8. Take a look at the box so far. Seattle leading in yards. Arizona leading in yards per play. No interceptions. Looks like no fumbles. So pretty clean defensive game so far. 3-3-5 blitzing here. McCaffrey brings a 2 pass block. And we don't have our pass rush matchup chart up yet. It's Harris, Bateman, and Allen. Flat pass to McCaffrey. It's incomplete, and Arizona's going to get the ball right back up. With 5:06 left in the third. Tommy Townsend, good punter. Goes 52 yards. DeAndre Carter, I believe, has a touchdown too. No, that must be his kickoffs. So, fair catch. It's Wentz and Robinson. Sometimes you see Robinson from Seattle. Sometimes you see Sanders. 2 good backs. Croft in the game as second tight end. Flat pass to Gronk. 2 men are there. Loss of 4. Adrian Phillips steps up to make the play. 2nd and 14. Well defended by Arizona. Stays too tight. We've got DJ Moore up against a 6. And AJ Green here against the 4. Going deep. Nobody home. 6 yards. So Wentz on the must run makes it a 3rd and 8. Going back to that box score. 4th downs. You see Seattle 2 of 3. Arizona 0 for 1. And we've had 9 punts so far. 3 wide. Going to Edwards. He gets him for 12. Carson Wentz on his card. Clutch third down conversion, a bailout conversion. Makes it 1st and 10 up to the 35. Going to Robinson. Leatherwood made a bunch of ball blocks in the first round game, despite being only a 4. Can't make it here, 2nd and 10. And now Sanders stopped on the dreaded 5, 3rd and 10. Three wide. Up against the nickel. Take a look. It's a good defense here. Short pass, Edwards. He's double teaming complete. And the punting units are just getting a pretty good workout here. From the 35, it goes to the 8. Brandon Powell's going to have to return this one. And he just gets 3 yards on the 12. Wow. Good coverage. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Arizona nursing this 4-point lead. 1:12 left, 3rd quarter. Howard has plenty of carries. And you're dealing with a pretty good quarterback card here in Cousins. He's very effective. The only thing he's a little bit loose on is fumbles. Linebuck Howard gets 4 yards. Guess wrong. 2nd and 6. Blocking back again with Howard. That keeps Seattle in the 3-4. So a lot of 3-3-5 earlier in this game before we picked up the broadcast. And a lot of 3-3-5 last game as well for Seattle. But staying 3-4 here with Jordan Howard in the backfield. I wonder if that's the difference. And it's sort of the determining factor whether he goes 3-4, and he guessed right here on Howard. Just gets 2. 3rd and 4, but a manageable conversion distance. McCaffrey checks in. On this 3rd and 4, within contain, Seattle stays with 34. Not showing blitz. You see there, not much pass rush. Short pass, Keenan Allen, he's going to get 12. So another one full 3rd down conversion for Seattle in the last drive. Arizona matches it here to at least try to wipe out any field position gains, and let's see if they can string together a few on this 1st and 10. Howard back in. Seattle stays in the 34. So we mentioned the good defense for Arizona. It's average for Seattle. Double teamed completion for Cousins. 5 yards on his card. 2nd and 5. This is the 1 versus 10 matchup. But this has been anything but easy for Arizona. We'll get some separation here. Incomplete on 2nd and 5. Makes it 3rd and 5. They have the lead in the ball in the 4th quarter. Chance to take a 2-score lead with possession here, but now face a 3rd and 5. Again, we see Bateman in as a third wide. He and Everett are against fours here. Just need 5 yards. So look to the yak. B for McCaffrey. It's a long pass to Bateman. Nobody's back there. Not the strongest receiver deep. He's going to get flushed. Chance to convert. Does not happen. Gerald Everett can't bring it in. Seattle punted from their own 35. Arizona now punting from their own 34. As the punts continue. To the 11-yard line is DeAndre Carter. And Carter calls for a fair catch. So, Seattle now, I think with their third chance to take the lead. Starts off with a run to Robinson. Guessed right. Loses 2. Nice call by the D. 2nd and 12. It's a 4-3 defense. Not much pressure up front. Not much pressure behind. Don't have all my stats in front of me, but that's sort of a recipe for a lot of dump offs right there. Looking past Gronk. Bobby Wagner, the 4, makes the stop to prevent a short gain. 3rd and long. 12 minutes left now, 4th quarter. 12 yards, not easy to get for Wentz on the short pass. Might be looking to your good yak guys instead on the flats or maybe going deep. But short, you got to hope for a receiver rating. Receiver card. Or that defender X. There's only a couple opportunities. Really, it's just AJ Green and Croft. Sanders not much of a receiving threat. Everybody else is up against 6. Gronk and Moore, as far as short passes go. It's an end run to Sanders. He converted on that earlier in the game. I didn't see if there was a 0 out there. 4th and 14. So another stop for Arizona, and this time a shorter punt. So field position has flipped. Deontay Harris, can he do anything with it? 7 yards, that's plenty. If you're Arizona, because you're starting out Seattle 43, you'll take any you can get. When you're on the plus side here, just a few yards away from field goal range for Arizona. Too tight. Seattle D, 43 yards away from being in big trouble here. It's a flat pass to McCaffrey, nobody home, 10 yards. Good start for Arizona on this drive. Avoids the 40% sack, or so it seems. Quinn. Too tight again. With McCaffrey, you see the 3-3-5. So 3-3-5 up against the average. The average run D is an opportunity for Arizona. All that's neutralized by a correctly guessed run, though. And there's a key on McCaffrey. He gets 4 yards anyway. 2nd and 6. This time a 3-3-5 against Howard. Do we see another run call here from Seattle? It's a risky maneuver. You do have the extra safety to play about who's not covering anybody, so you can get that long pass zone covered. Looking pass. Keenan Allen going to get just a yard, 3rd and 5. Jordan Hicks, he's a 4. And the 4 white die came up. It would have been a first down on 5 roll. Short pass. Keenan Allen. He's double teamed. Incomplete. Avoids the injury on the 2-1-1 roll. And here we go. Trying to make it a 7-point game. Here's Bucker. Very strong from this range. Can he hit it? He does. And it's 13-6 Arizona. Shade under 9 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. 8 yards deep. DeAndre Carter looking for that snake eye. Is he going to go for it or not? Does not. Too tight versus 4-3. Darius Slay, I believe, was picked up at a deadline trade. Flat pass Gronk. Oh, almost intercepted. That would have been a key play. Instead, 2nd and 10, 8:24 left. Blocking back versus 4-3. Linebuck Sanders. Gonna find a short gain. With a man there, goes to Sanders' Cards, 19 yards up to the 44. 7:48 now left, fourth quarter. Too tight. Again, we see the 4-3. And run Sanders, guess right. Just 2. We'll take that, though, and a guess right and run. 2nd and 8. Welcome, Bob. Hope you're doing well. Now 2nd and 8. 7:12 left. From their own 46. Both teams playing pretty cautiously here. Expect someone to try to open it up sooner or later. Here's a guessed wrong. 2 men in zone, flat pass. Nicely covered off by Arizona. Sets up a 3rd and 8. Historically, Dennis will try to position himself for a good 4th down opportunity in a down situation like this. We'll see if he crosses things up a little bit here. Too tight versus 3-3-5. That may dictate things a bit. So if we see a Sanders run, does Arizona have it in him to call run here on 3rd and 8? And there's that run. It's a pass. It's a short gain, and it's 14 yards, and it counts. Contain is on. I keep on forgetting to check those linebackers on the 2 white die. So we must have a 0 out here. We do. So there you go. That explains it. It's the 2nd conversion I've seen for Sanders with contain on up against that linebacker. So big conversion there for Seattle. 6:18 now left. Too tight with Robinson. Four three again. Off tackle, Robinson. Nobody home. Guessed wrong. Short gain. A couple short gains in a row now strung together, but he fumbles. And it's picked up by the offense ever so slightly. He'll probably just fall on this one because he has the 1st down in hand. And he does. 1st and 10 to the Arizona 26. Now 5:42 left. Too tight again. Again with Robinson. Looking pass. More. Guess wrong. Opportunity. Another short gain. 12 yards up to the 14-yard line. Seattle making their move. Start thinking about whether Seattle historically likes to go for two. Dennis talked about it a little bit last game. That helps make the decision when your opponent has a poor rating on the other side. Well, in this case, Arizona's good, and there's still plenty of time left as well. So it might lean to the 1-pointer, but we'll see. Looking pass again to Moore. Nobody home. This time guessed right. 4 yards. On the receiver reading on the defensive card. Could have been a lot worse. For Arizona, 2nd and 6 now from the Arizona 10. That keeps everything alive for this playbook of Seattle at the 10. Been doing a lot of small ball despite the low pass rush of Arizona. I mean, right now you're getting a really good spot for a flush. Anyway, end run, guess right. Tackle. Can't make it, loses a yard, 3rd and 7. Better to lose a yard than gain one typically here at the 10, because now you've got dump off on, you've got the ability to throw in the flats and set up a nice 4th and short, or maybe more, of course. Looking pass, Gronk. It's just 2, and it's from the 9. Tough spot, 3:18. Seattle's going to have to go. Too tight. Sanders in. This could be the play of the game. Blitzing 4-3. Needs 5 yards. Contain not on here. So he's got that gained by getting to the 9-yard line. He gets to wipe out contain. All those linebackers are up. Thought maybe even go to full house here to get some blocking boosts. But sticks with too tight. It's a short pass. Guess wrong. 4 men in zone. Here we go. It's incomplete. On Wentz's card on the 3. Arizona takes over on downs. 3 minutes left from their own 9-yard line. Seattle has all 3 timeouts. This is far from over. Plenty of work to do here for this Arizona offense if they want to advance. It's in their hands. You see here, Hassan Reddick popped in the game. He's not in all the time because of his 0 pass defense. But he brings a 12*7 to the Arizona D. Off tackle, Howard guessed right. Where's it go? He goes out and guessed right, short gain. Big play for Jordan Howard. Not only for to get the first down, but now the punting position, if it comes to it, and if there's a 3 and out on this series of downs, is much, much, much better with 14 yards of field position gained. No timeout called by Seattle. Blocking back versus 3-4 with McCaffrey in now. Linebacker. Guessed wrong. Dreaded 5 shows up. 2nd and 10. Takes it down to the warning. Seattle has all their timeouts left. Blocking back versus 3-4. Not blitzing, interestingly. It's a universal fumble for sack fumbles, so it's not so bad. Fly pass, he's double teamed incomplete. Boy, opportunity there for Seattle. Prevented the short gain, though, that's for sure. So 3rd and 10 and just 8 seconds off the clock. 1:52 left now. Seattle, a chance to get off the field and put together a desperation drive. Can they do it? Blocking back versus 3-3-5. We've got a 4, we've got a 5, and we got a 4. So contain is pretty reasonable back behind the defensive line of Seattle. Can do plenty of double teaming here. It's a draw to Howard. He's going to get 6. So timeout will be used by Seattle. And with 1:45, Tommy Townsend, very good punter, has 61 yards to the end zone. He booms it. How far? 47. So from the 24, DeAndre Carter, not a very good punt returner. Can he find a little bit of a hit here? Not really. Just a yard. 1:37 left, 75 yards to go. For Seattle, they need a touchdown. So we will get a good ending here. With Seattle getting a chance. After being denied inside the 10 on the last possession, their attempt to tie it. Get another go. Too tight versus 3-3-5. Reddick was not in the game. Off tackle. Sanders looking for his big ones. It's guessed right, interestingly. 5-yard gain. Wow, ballsy call there from Mark. Would have been 6 yards guessed wrong. And you see the chunks that were being sought by Seattle. Now just 2nd and 5. Clock down to 1:15. Too tight. Off tackle. Sanders again. This will eat up some clock. Gets 6 yards. That's enough for the first down. Let's see if Seattle decides to go timeout or not. They do. They take the timeout. So 1 left. Probably going to see spikes from here on out until he needs to use the timeout if he gets first downs in bounds. As time is becoming more important than the down here with 64 yards left to go and 1:07 left on the clock. That's always the calculation, of course. What's more important, time or the down? Matters. The distance matters. Here's an off tackle, looking for that short gain. Can he get it from Robinson? He does, but just 10 yards. That matters here. Up to the 46. Usually just happy to see that short gain show up at the... And that decides not to spike. So now, with no timeouts and 1 minute left, Arizona is going to, with 54 yards to go, still no Reddick in the game, huh? Flat pass Gronk. It's guessed wrong. 9 yards because he got out of bounds. He does. And that's important, as it would have been a spike on a 2nd and 1. Instead, maintains the down and 52 seconds left from now Arizona territory at the 45-yard line. Too tight. What a call from Mark to call a run in that situation. Sanders at his first fatigue level. He's thinking about big gains, though. Not really going to deter him here. End run Sanders, looking to get out of bounds and get some big yards. Does he get it? He gets just a yard and gets out of bounds. So first down up to the 44-yard line with 45 seconds. Needs about a yard a second. Again, too tight, keeping Croft in the game. Now you see a 3-2-6 with Duke Johnson in the backfield. And what does Duke do around the ends? He does just fine. But just 6 plays left in the game with 44 yards to go. So you kind of do that calculation too if you are Seattle. Does not leave the middle of the field open. Flat pass. Looking for the 6. Does he find it? He does not. 7 yards. Could not get out of bounds. Going to have to spike here to make it a 3rd and 3. With 30 seconds left. And that's max 6 plays, by the way. So now he's down to 22, 15, 8, 1, 4 plays, max. On this 3rd and 3 from the 37. Yeah, down just does not matter much here, unless it's 4th. If you're Seattle. Getting the first down, not a priority here. Getting the yards, much, much higher priority, obviously. When you're dealing with just 4 plays no matter what. Let's see. It's interesting to see Arizona cover the look-in pass zone. Does it again. End run Duke. Going to get just 3. Gets out of bounds. Down to 22 seconds. Now from the 34. This is when it's worth checking to see what you have here from yards on the long pass. 28. Yeah, then you have 32 guess wrong. We're not going to see another guess wrong play. So 28 is his double team. Sometimes you have 28, sometimes you have 29. These sorts of things matter when you're at the 34 and you need a touchdown. Showing blitz now, Reddick in the game. End run left. Sanders cannot get to his card. Just 2 yards. Gets out of bounds, though. 15 seconds now from the 32. It's that 5 roll. So it would have been worse on the offensive card, of course, but still, disappointing roll for Seattle there. 3 plays to work with, max. Injuries matter, because that'll give you a timeout if they happen. We have no penalties, though. So ways you can backdoor to extending a game. Especially penalties on the last play, but they're off. Too tight. Versus a 3-3-5. So extra safety to double up or do what you'd like to do. Seattle imprinting in the mind of Arizona here that he may be running. I guess it's worth looking quickly here, if we can, at the card. And there's that end run card. Here it comes. Not going to get the touchdown on those. Gets 12 and gets out of bounds. So to the 20, which keeps the long pass open without having to throw for the end zone. That's not a bad spot to be in, although 2 men will be back there. Either way, I imagine. String together 2 short passes. Of course, one way to get it done. Getting a good roll on Yak on a dump off. Certainly a way to get it done. Reddick's not in the game. So going short here, hoping for dump off. And then, of course, you have Sanders, who is, where is he now? He's at level 2, but he still has 1 left. So he's 1 carry left if he wants to work with Sanders to try to find that 20-something yard gain. That'll do him well here. Here it is. End run Sanders. Can he find the big one? Here comes Miles Sanders. No gain. And he could not get out of bounds. That's going to do it. Ball game. Arizona advances. Miles Sanders hits the 5 a couple times. 2 out of his last 3 rolls. Once on the defensive card, and this time on the offensive card, does him in. Just refusing to give in terms of going short or long. Just did not happen on the drive and falls 20 yards short. So Arizona will advance. Who will Arizona face? Arizona will face, let's take a look here. The number 1 seed. If everything goes chalk, in a chalk situation, they'd face Denver as 4 seed. Otherwise, it's up in the air. It's not much else to say other than let's see what happens. Arizona will have to watch San Diego face New England here at the top of the hour, about 45 minutes away. That'll be the next domino to fall. Then we'll have Atlanta, Denver, and Green Bay, San Francisco tomorrow. There's a comment from Dennis. Can't come on late for dinner, but Mark called a great game and deserved the win. Fun season from Dennis. And we will have the San Diego New England game at the top of the hour at 10 o'clock. Looking forward to that one. Haven't seen much of New England this year, so want to see them. Congratulations to Mark. Hold on to get through a very tough coach in Dennis and advance to the semifinals against a yet-to-be-known opponent. So we will see you in just a little while. Thanks for watching. And we got another good one coming up soon. Have a good little while. We'll see you soon.
You've been watching CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League.